the kind of information that you bring in about the product. Everything matters. Everything is part. I'll quickly
Yes, sir.
summarize what all been discussed so far. uh, Web technologies, right? Like definition or meaning of servers, browsers, domain, hosting, internet, intranet, correct? Internet server. We have understood all of this, and then we understood how our websites built, the importance of website, correct? And we understood the ideal way of building the websites, and we also understood the alternate way or the easy method of building the website, that is building using WordPress content management system, WordPress tool or a software or a content management system, whatever you want to call it as, call it by that name. And we understood building the website using AI. We understood building the website using the default WordPress builder. We understood building the website using the Flatsum UI UX builder. We understood building website using Elementor, correct? And after understanding building the website, I'm not sure how many of you have spent time in practicing building a website. I have given access to plant nutrients as well, plants nutrients, and I'm not sure if you have really explored all of it over there, right? So once you have a website, what is next? We also understood at a very top level the different activities that a business owner can do in order to build visibility for their business, such as they can optimize their website for Google and show their website on Google search engine. Second thing, they can run the ads, Google ads. They can do Facebook marketing, Instagram marketing, correct? On multiple such platforms, Quora, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, they can make their presence. They can do email marketing, correct? Affiliate marketing, and then marketplaces, they can upload the product at top level. We just understood what all can be done for a business, but we haven't actually got in depth of each of those things, right? And we just started with search engine optimization, right? And we understood what is SEO, the definition, the types of SEO. We understood how search engines function. We understood the three crucial factors of the metrics that search engines consider in order to rank the website, correct? Which are those three metrics?
So crawling frequency, CTR,
And
and user
engagement.
engagement.
And everything that you do as a SEO professional is to either increase one of them or some of them or all of them, right? You do few tens of things, few hundreds of things, correct? And after that, we started understanding optimization of the website. We understood the basic on-page SEO, correct? Basic things to be taken care in order to make your web page eligible or to show up on the Google, correct? That's the foremost thing that we should be doing, the important thing that we should be implementing on the website. And to allocate the keywords, we did the research. We understood how people search on Google about your business and how many times people search about your business on Google, correct? And post that, we start pills. We were discussing that about the packers and movers, I guess, right? It gives us so many ideas that you can launch, correct? And we have discussed the basic definitions of marketing, push marketing, pull marketing, and I believe you all haven't got confused about it, and you are very clear about what is push marketing and what is pull marketing, right? Okay, so in today's class, we are going to discuss next level of on-page implementations, right? But I'm not going to call them as just on-page implementations. I will call them as site level on-page implementations, site level SEO, site level SEO. Site level SEO is again nothing but it's again done on the website. It's on-page SEO only, but then just based on the type of implementations I am referring or calling it to as site level SEO. Any implementation that you do is applicable to the complete website or to a large set of web pages on the website is called as site level SEO. Okay. And now what are the site level SEO implementations? We will go one by one. Let me just scroll through that section. Up to here, anybody has any kind of questions, any kind of doubts? And how is everybody's experience? I would just like to know how is your learning experience going on. Are you all getting bored with the classes or finding it interesting, useful? Okay, good to hear that. Yeah, everybody, please. Are you finding them useful? If you start you making use of that knowledge and trying to build a source of income, right? Or at least for me, if you are feeling happy, okay. Okay, so we here are the top level site level implementations. Okay, so we will start working on each of these things. Okay, yeah. So now in yesterday's class we were discussing that how to optimize a web page. If you have 10 web pages, how much time will you be needing to optimize these web pages? You will have to do the keyword research, allocate keywords to each of this page, right? And following the title description guidelines and following the SEO guidelines, you will write titles, descriptions, correct? Everybody? And now, if you have multiple pages, if you have few thousands of pages, let's say your website has 20,000 pages or 50,000 web pages, how are you going to write titles and descriptions for all of those pages? Let's say your website has 1 lakh pages. Let's assume Amazon. Do you know how many web pages will be there on Amazon website? How many web pages a Flipkart website will have? It will be in millions. And now, should they be really going by the approach that you have gone through yesterday? Writing titles and descriptions manually by allocating the keywords. That's fine. That's good. If your website is very small, if it has less than 100 pages, you can manually go through all the pages and you can optimize them. Should you be doing that if your website has thousands of web pages? What is the best way? How can you quickly automate this? Any idea, guys? How can you automate this activity? And if you're learning the skill, you're going to be special amongst all digital marketers. All digital marketers, many digital marketers, instead of all, I would say many digital marketers would just do it all manually throughout the year and they will never succeed. Okay, so today we're going to learn a easy method, easy way of doing things. Let me quickly open one spreadsheet. Guys, everybody, you see the screen, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So let's take an example of this one only. Okay. So let's assume these are all the web pages. These are all the web pages. You will be creating globaltrans.in slash packers and movers in Kormangla. Correct? Correct. Let's see what have we written yesterday. We have written manually we wrote packers and movers in Bangalore house shifting services 0% breakage. Now, if it is Bangalore, you are producing Bangalore. Now, if it is Hyderabad, should you be writing it completely different or just replacing Bangalore with Hyderabad is fine? Since it's going to be the same, replacing Bangalore with Hyderabad is same. Everybody searches packers and movers in Bangalore or packers and movers in Hyderabad, correct? Just because somebody searching from Hyderabad instead of packers and movers, will they use P and M in Hyderabad? No, right? They'll also type packers and movers in Hyderabad. Somebody searching from HSR also will do the same thing, correct? So in this case, so our realization or understanding is that whichever region it is, people would search it as same. Just that you have to make sure that your page will contain Hyderabad instead of Bangalore, HSR instead of BTM, correct? Or BTM instead of Bangalore, correct? Are you all getting it? So what we will do that. So let's assume these are all the URLs. So what I'm going to do is let me show it to you. So I'm going to call this as a title. and this will be my
Hello,
title.
sir.
Yeah,
Sir Gautam, sir.
yeah, Gautam, tell me where were you all these days?
So I went my native.
Ah,
So, sir, Thursday class happening, right? Happened, right?
we did not miss
Last
a
week.
single class. All the classes happened
Okay,
as
sir.
usual.
So Friday it's a holiday or it's a class happened?
Friday was holiday, but everybody requested to have the class, and we took the class on Friday also.
So I missed the four class, correct now, sir?
What for, man? So you missed class on Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, today is Wednesday, right? I thought it's Thursday. Yeah, you missed four classes.
Okay, sir. Sir, may I know what are the topics you teach?
So if you had joined 10 minutes early, even 5 minutes early, I summarized everything from starting, right? So you were there up to user engagement, right?
Mm,
How to improve the user engagement, how to improve the
I
CTR.
think CTR itself, CTR, this is the last class for me, sir.
Okay, then we discussed about ways of improving the user engagement, and then we
Okay.
discussed uh, the different uh, types of SEO, the different types of SEO,
Okay, sir.
and then we discussed keyword research and
Okay.
on-page SEO, the basic on-page SEO. The
Okay,
basic
oh my
on-page
God.
SEO and the basic on-page SEO is getting covered today also. Okay, so we are covering that, but we are doing it in bulk, right? So this should help you. Okay.
Sir, the previous class recording is available in YouTube right now, sir.
Yes, yes, yes. They are all
Okay,
available.
sir.
You did not subscribe to the channel. You must have got notification.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So now look at this. There are 1,240 cities or 40 regions, whatsoever it is. Now, how do you write titles and descriptions? So, can anybody tell me how are you going to write titles and descriptions for all of these pages in 10 minutes? In 10 minutes, in 5 minutes, how can you write this in 10 minutes or 15 minutes, 5 minutes?
Sir, using any formulas.
Yes. So first thing is we know our title is going to be something like this for all the pages. Packers and movers in Bangalore pipeline house shifting services 0% breakage. Yes. Just we are going to change the locations, right? So I'll use the formula concatenate. Concatenate. So if you are adding any new text that's not in this Excel sheet, then you have to always put that in the double quotes, right? Packers and movers in space, comma. In Excel sheet, if it is there, you just add that as a reference, comma. So pipeline. 1 second, everybody. Hello. చెప్పు ఏమి ఓకే okay, so packers and movers in Kormangla, okay, and then what you want to write, house shifting services, correct? HOUSE, house shifting services, right? And you're also writing 0 percentage breakage, correct? Something like that, 0 percentage. I don't know, maybe if you are good at writing this, I mean, if you have something better as a business owner, you can come up with something best. Equal to length of, I want to measure the length of this because it's not going to be the same. The name C is 71 characters. So now let me copy both and paste. So it will take some time. So this computer is not that as quick as you all. It's slow. It has become slow. Yeah. So now look at this. You got the titles all the pages. Correct. But here there is some problem with some of the titles. See, the length is 112. Why is that 112? Because of this. Okay. So now you correct this and automatically that gets corrected. You launch them as separate areas or just ignore them, right? Or you may have to redo this HSR layout. They have given the full form here. See, if you don't, so this way you can correct. In some cases you might have to rewrite it to minimize the length, but then at the top level you all got an idea, right? So this is what can be done for websites which has got thousands of web pages, lakhs of web pages, correct? And this can be bulk uploaded to the websites. We'll look into that as well, right? So same way meta description, you can write the meta description same way, right? So my meta description, I will copy this and I'll change it. That's my meta description. Concatenate Mangla, comma, double quote. Yeah. Oh, it copied something else. It copied everything. This is not that great. So you should have more variables. This doesn't have, but still, just since we are trying to learn how it can be written, how it can be, how it can be written using the formula, I'm just going with it. Okay. So what is this equal to length of? 203. I'm just focused about, I'm not concerned about the guidelines now. I'm just focused about showing how to write a template title and description. See, now we are doing this on Excel and we can send it to our developer and ask them to update or upload to the web pages, to all the web pages. Or we can give it to the developer something like this and we can ask them to, so we can give something like this: packers and movers in city, pipeline, house shifting services in city. And now we will just tell him, see, I want website has 20,000 pages and make sure that every page has title and description, something like this. If the page is about BTM, put BTM layout, right? Correct. You just have to be strategical. You don't have to manually go and work on everything, right? So same applies for the H1. And you can create a SEO content as well using the keywords, using this template. Did you all get this? Is it clear? How can you write titles and descriptions quickly in one go? And this is applicable for web pages, for websites or businesses where there are not too many changes happening. You cannot use the same kind of titles and descriptions for all the products if it's an e-commerce website. You might want to change the CTR trigger based on the type of products. See, if somebody is buying pickles, what is their expectation? They would look for spicy. Correct? If somebody are buying sweets and snacks, their expectation will be fresh. Right? And still this template can be built or done based on the categories. Correct? You just have to follow doing it in a different way. That's all. You all got it right, guys?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Just I'm listening actually, but I couldn't understand even one point. So maybe I will listening the last 4 class days. Maybe it will understand.
Yes, you are correct. You have missed 4 classes in between. But don't worry if you are not getting this. I'll, if it is possible for you, maybe at 2 o'clock we have one class. When these topics are getting discussed in that class, we just started that class. Today was second class. I'll push you to that batch for those 4 classes, whichever you have asked. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. Right, this is template, title and description, and this will be, this is template. This is template now. And this gets applied to the complete website, right? It's not for one page or for group of pages. For all the suites, one type of template. 10,000 suites pages are there. 20,000 snacks pages are there, right? And you can optimize it that way. And now here you can have lot of variables. We have used Coremangla only once. You can have used twice. House shifting services in Coremangla exclude 0% breakage. So there has to. And the next thing is, yeah, schema implementation on the website. So schema, how many of you remember while explaining the CTR, ways of improving the CTR, we discussed about schema. Anybody remembers what is the schema?
So it's a rich snippet.
Schema is not a rich snippet. See, schema is, see what is Kannada, what is Telugu, what is Hindi, what is Tamil, what is Malayalam. These are all communication languages for us all, right? Regional languages, right? And we understand things only when, let's assume we don't know English, and we'll be able to understand only when I speak in that language. Otherwise, we will not understand, correct? So, same way, I'll have to use a language that Google speaks, that Google understands, that Google's language is schema. If you all could remember, we discussed something like textbook. Textbook number of pages 500 and price is 900 rupees. And Google will not understand 500 as the number of pages and 900 as the price of the book. It sees 500 as a number, 500 and 900 as a number. And number of pages written will be just text number of pages. So its intelligence will be much better if you could communicate in its own language, right? Now what will we do is we will wrap this information with piece of schema code, schema code. Schema.org is the website which will help you to learn that language, and you don't have to learn this language. You don't have to learn this language. Product. You just know which language Kerala state speaks, to know which language Karnataka speaks, to know which language Andhra speaks or Telangana speaks or Delhi speaks. Should you be really learning that language, or just getting to know that okay they speak Tamil, Malayalam, Hindi, English, Kannada, Telugu? Correct. Knowing is enough, right? Right, guys, everybody. So same way, you just have to understand what kind of schema has to be applied for your business. If you are selling books, let me quickly go through this product, which is in general applicable to all kinds of websites and businesses. Look at this, they are telling that if you have, this is the product name, this is the product image, the rating of the product, how many reviews are being provided, price of the product, in stock or out of stock, product description, customer reviews. This is the information that we are willing to wrap it in a schema. Schema can be wrapped. The schema has multiple formats. One is microdata, RDF, JSON LD, right? These are the different formats of your schema. Now you don't have to learn any of these things. So whatever information you have seen here, this has been just wrapped. Look at this. It's been called as now span item prop name equal to Kenmore White 17 microwave. You see that here. And next image item prop image source, right? Item prop aggregate rating, right? You don't have to learn it, but you just have to tell your developer, boss, I need the schema code to be implemented for my website, and he will ask what kind of schema you want to be implemented. I'll tell my website is selling different kinds of products and just implement product schema. Or he will tell I am selling books and I want books schema. Or he will tell my web page is about recipes and implement a recipe schema. And this is a library or a book that you can refer to, I mean like repository of information for different kinds of schema, schema.org. Make a note of it and have pasted the URL here in this document as well, right? Look at this, there's no markup, there is information. This is the kind of information you will have about the book. Right now that information will get trapped under this micro data or audio for JSON LD. You don't have to learn any of these things, right? Right, so this way we have different kinds of schema: author schema, recipe schema, okay, review schema, rating schema, book schema, event schema, organization schema, and many more. So your event schema looks like this. I'm just coming back. I have already shown it to all of you, but I'm showing it to you once again. Yeah. See, if you are implementing event schema, if Google is understanding it properly, see, if you are understanding learning digital marketing properly, you will start making something out of it. You will start benefiting. That benefiting can be you might set a source of income for yourself, you might take up a job, or you might implement this in your business. That's the outcome, right? Learning is the input and outcome is different. Same way, if you are implementing schema, the bots, the search engines understand better about your product, service, or the web page, and if they are understanding better, their presentation is better. And this presentation is called as rich snippets. A rich presentation of the information is called as rich snippets. We have discussed this while we were discussing how to improve CTR. This is event schema, and the star ratings that you see here, this is coming from review schema or product schema. One of them will help you to show this kind of information on the Google search results. Did you all get that, guys? And now, based on your business, you just have to understand what kind of schema is applicable. See, sometimes if it's a new website, or let's say you started working on that website, and knowing if there is any schema implemented or not is also important, right? And you can use this tool to test what kind of schema is implemented on the website. You can just Google rich schema testing tool. Just type schema testing tool, and you will see if there is any schema implemented for the web pages or website or not. Let me take one of the example. I'm sure that this website will have schema implemented. So I'm taking now. Let me take one of the course page. So now I have started working on this website. I don't know if there is a schema already implemented or not. If it is not implemented, I can probably suggest. So I'll just put this URL, enter. 8 valid items detected. What kind of schema has been implemented on this page? Product snippets, breadcrumbs, events, FAQ, review snippets. There is no author, there is no recipe, there is no book because it's not a book. This is not a recipe. And eight it's here. Three events, two FAQs, two reviews, and only one FAQ. There are many FAQs on this web page. Why is there only one? Unnamed item. See, these are the different kinds of schema that can be implemented for your website. See, because of this product schema on Google, you will see the star ratings. This is called as featured snippet. If your website has been taken like this and shown in the top, it's called as featured snippet. Yeah, this thing. This is coming because of product snippet and rating and review snippets implemented. Rating and review will be part of product. If it is not a product, you can simply implement the rating and review schema. So this is all coming from product schema. See, 5 star 31,869 review counts. Aggregate rating 5, and that is what you see here on the Google. See, 5. Did you all get it, guys?
Yes, sir.
So now, why are we implementing the schema? Why are we implementing the schema? The purpose of implementing the schema is, one is, when bots understand better about your web pages, they perceive your web page to be as the content rich web pages. Content rich is not too much tons of text on your web page, right? So it's just about they perceive you to be as very informative web page. If they are easily understanding what's there on your web page, they treat it that way, and the crawl frequency will be better or good when you implement schema code on your web pages. Second advantage is, based on this schema, the rich snippets will show up on the Google. And if these are showing up the 5 star ratings or the event schemas, so this will improve the CTR. You understood? This one implementation is improving crawl frequency as well as CTR. Any confusions here?
Sir, how it is going to increase the crawl frequency when adding these things?
By adding this, I'll tell you. Okay. So basically, you're helping bot see when bot is navigating the internet server, so the first thing that it would give importance is to the schema code. So it reads the information as it is raw. See, when you are hungry, and when you would like to have a food, will you be searching for restaurant or hotel, or will you be searching for a grocery store? You obviously give importance to restaurant, right? Not for the grocery store, correct? So now it is something like this. It's a prepared food for bot. So what bot does is, so it first gives importance to whichever information that's already been, see now it's like recommendation. It's like we have already conveyed, informed, or we have asked directly to take it on priority, or assign a highest priority or weightage to the information when we implement schema code, right? So that's how it's going to crawl it first or quite often. It's not about quite often. It would prioritize crawling your information, or basically, since you have created a path, since you have created a road, see, you must have seen, right? People walk in a route and that becomes a path. And obviously, everybody tries to go in that route only, correct? By default, people will start walking in that route. So you are creating such kind of path or convenience to bots to navigate to your website by implementing a schema code. Your web page is basically treated to be as a content rich page. So when bots treat your web page as content rich page, they consider giving importance to your page. Your web page is treated as a content rich web page and your competitor page is not treated as a content rich page, they might ignore that page. They might not give assign that kind of weightage to those pages. Your web page will have more weightage. Understood, Praveen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So anybody has any questions? And obviously the second advantage, it's clearly visible. So now I will tell implementing schema will improve CTR. You can ask me why and how it improves. It's clearly visible. I have implemented product snippets, product schema, and it's showing star rating. At the moment people see the star ratings, the tendency of people clicking on this result will be high compared to the top other results which does not contain the star ratings. Correct? It's evident. It's clearly visible. Okay. See, I'm not sure if all of you are getting it or not. First thing is search engines consider bottom left. See, search engines consider three parameters to show your to rank you high on Google, correct? And now all these implementations are to improve these three factors or metrics. All these implementations. What is the problem? Why everybody has left? Everybody, so are you understanding this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So only two of you are telling yes. So now we yeah, Sneha, are you getting it, Sneha?
Yeah, yes, yes, yeah, continue.
Yeah. So now we are understanding those implementations, and one of them is schema implementation, which is helping bots to understand your web page easily, right? That's going to improve the crawl frequency if you are creating that kind of convenience, and if you and there are a couple of other implementations. We'll go through each of this one by one. Okay. So now your website has some 10,000 web pages or 20,000 web pages. So Google has created a convenience. Google has told if you have, so it's something like this IT declaration. You do, right? I have this much of income, correct? I have this many assets, I have this many sources of income, right? So same way, now you can declare to Google that I have this many web pages on my website. Are you all getting it? So now, based on this information, see straight away, see we were always discussing that Google will visit your website naturally, or Google will put an effort in visiting your website, right? See, it has also created a method or approach where you can convey a lot of things to Google bots. One such method is there are multiple methods. One such method is an XML sitemap. XML sitemap is basically you are declaring or providing list of all the web pages those are on your website. It's something like the index page of your textbook. The index page mentions all the chapters, correct? Everybody, the index page gives the complete information of the chapters, the topics, everything, right? So same way you are conveying that kind of information through this XML sitemap. Okay, so I'll show you the full form. That is X is something I'm not sure that ML is markup language. XML full form. Extensible markup language. Extensible markup language. So it's again something like HTML only. Okay, I'll show you how does that look and what are the different things. See, not only that, using this language you can provide list of URLs like HTML pages. How you are writing HTML, Same way now your information will get wrapped in XML, right? And in this XML sitemap, you can also communicate when was that page created and how often the content changes and what kind of weightage should bot give to that page. So you can assign priority in the scale of 0.1 to 1.0. So one is the highest priority. Bots will give more importance if you are putting, you are communicating that this page is super important for me. This web page is highest priority for me. And you're also communicating when was content last changed on the web page. If you tell that content was changed yesterday, bot would feel, bot would come and crawl it. Bot should keep up to date, right? If you tell that content was changed yesterday, it will come and read it. Correct? If your academics textbook changes, you will consider reading the new textbook, right? If syllabus changes, you will consider reading the new syllabus or new textbook, not the old one. Same way, if a web page information is changing, bot has to read your new web page. It still has old copy, and that's why in XML sitemap we will be communicating when was that page created. Okay, let me take this sitemap. So if you all could recall, HTML pages we save them as .html and XML pages we saved as .xml. It's still not loaded fully. Hey, if it is boring or if you are not understanding it, maybe we can start it freshly tomorrow also. Yeah, feel comfortable to tell that. Okay. Yeah. See, this is how you write the XML sitemap. URL set XML, XML, NS. By default, this will be one line. And then you are speaking about a URL. In XML, you can speak about various things. You can speak about images. You can speak about your videos. Here, the URL location. Where is this? Location is this one. Where is the file you are speaking about? A URL, and URL location is this one. And change frequency, the content changes weekly on this web page is what we are telling. Last modified, when was the content last changed on this website? The content was last changed on 13th, and that is today. Priority is 0.9. So everywhere it's just put as 0.9. It can be 1.0, 0.7, 0.6, right? So initially, a decade back or even much before than that, search engines were crawling all the web pages of your website based on the data provided here. Now search engines doesn't really crawl your website based on the data. They just treat this as a reference file, and whenever they crawl, they try to match it with this data. Excuse me. Okay. See, you just remember, this is basically a file which is instructing bot, or which is informing bot about Google bot about the different kinds of web pages on the website. Okay, and it's also providing couple of details about those URLs on the web pages, how frequently the content changes, when was the content last modified on the web page, and the priority. Why should you be telling all this? So back to 15 years or 10 years, so Google was, even now it gives some, even now it gives importance. So this, it takes this as the reference and it starts searching these files on the internet, and if found, it starts crawling them. Okay, so now this has some guidelines. So you cannot have more than 50,000 URLs on this sitemap. This is actually a parent sitemap, and parent sitemap has list of, just let it load. This is near to 1 lakh web pages, all in the sitemap.xml file. So digital marketers can work on this. It's very simple. There is no code. This is not a code. It's very easy. You're just telling that location, where is the URL, change frequency, last modification, priority URL, and you're doing repeating the same thing for all the URLs. Say this is India, this is Bangalore, this is Mysore. They are all different URLs. Any confusions here? Are you all understanding it?
Yes, sir. Sir, but WordPress sitemap, it looks different.
Yes, yes, yes. WordPress by default, the Yoast SEO plugin creates a sitemap, right? And that will not have all these priorities, etc. They just list the URLs. Okay, so they actually put that in the HTML, even the XML file in the HTML, and even that is fine, no problem at all. I'll show you that as well. Okay, so that's all. Now for every URL you are telling that this URL belongs to me, this URL belongs to my friend, or this URL has content changing every day, this URL content is changing once in week, once in month, once in year. Are you all getting it? The content changes, and also we are telling that the content last changed. We are just providing list of all the URLs. Those are there on our website. We are just bringing everything into one document, and we are uploading the document to Google, to the website. That's all, right? And in uploading this URLs, there are some guidelines you have to follow. You cannot have more than 50,000 URLs, and you have to make sure all these URLs are functional. They should not be redirecting to any other web page. Look at this now. I'm typing something here, and look at this. What did I type here? Correct? But now see where it goes. This is called as redirection. This is called as redirection. So we will be discussing the status codes to understand better on this. Right? You cannot have a URL Canra.pro in a sitemap now. Let's assume now your URL is something like this, India/India. Okay, let's see this. My URL is /India, and at the last I'm putting slash. If I'm putting slash, it's treated as a different URL. Now, though I have put slash in the last, it's redirecting to /India now, correct? Without slash at the end, correct? See, I'm typing again slash and entering. It's getting redirected to an URL that does not contain slash. Now, I am not supposed to have a URL here that ends with slash. Slash is redirecting to a different URL, right? That is without slash URL, correct? So to understand more on this, we have to understand HTTP status codes. Okay, so I will give you one more example. Now I am typing Manjurnath something, some spelling mistake, something. I am asking for something like this. And if you all could recall, even you all must have seen something like this at least once in your life. 404, the page could not be found, right? So this is the server's way of telling that the page is not with me. I'm asking you, give me 1 crore. How will you tell I don't have 1 crore? Let's do this small activity, guys. So I'm asking all of you that I need 1 crore rupees. Okay, I see Deepak here in the top. Deepak, I'm asking you, I need 1 crore rupee from you. How will you tell that whether you have it or you want to give or you don't want to give? What's your communication response going to be for that?
Sir, actually, I don't have that much of amount right now.
That's your response. Marvin?
Sir, I want to know, like, if you want to invest or what is the returns on that?
You want to know. Okay. So Deepak's response is different. Marvin's response is different. Praveen? I came to you, I need 1 crore rupees. What is your response going to be on this?
Sir, I say I don't have, but we can get it through bank while taking
Or through bank?
servants, while
Okay.
taking loan.
Okay. So next, Raika madam, then Sneha madam. Yeah.
Sir, I would have told whatever I have, I'll give it to you.
Okay. That is redirection, or maybe not redirection. We will discuss that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So you will tell that whatever you have, you will give. Sneha. So I'm asking you 1 crore
Yes.
rupee, and what's your response going to be for this?
Okay, so basically, I'll ask, I'll give 1 crore and I'll ask the return. What will the benefit for me? Maybe.
Okay. Okay. So see, there are different kinds of responses when you are asking for something, right? When I'm asking for 1 crore rupee, there are different kinds of responses. So now let's assume you have to give 1 crore rupee to me, right? And you are I'm unable to catch hold of you at all. I'm coming to your home. I know your houses as well. I'm coming to your home, and at the front gate or at the in the hall I found your parents. I will ask, is he at home or she at home? What will be the response? So you don't have intentions of returning it back, and your parents also know that. I'm coming to your house, and what will be their response if I'm asking about you? I'm not even asking money. I'm just checking if he is at home. If she is at home, what will be the response? Nobody wants to tell. Okay, I will take a different example. Okay, see now, same way we are going to ask servers about various kinds of things. So one such thing is I'm asking to server. See now you all have got different responses, right? Sometimes people see if I ask you, did you had your dinner? Some of you will tell yes I had. Some of you will just express with your lips and hands movement. Correct? That's your way of telling whether you had the breakfast or not. Correct? Right? So now, see, we all have got a language, yes or no, correct? Yes or no. We use our vocal cord to express it as well, correct? And now we have got other various other languages as well, such as expressions. We express it with the eyes. You must have seen, right? Even the anger, how people express it in their face, eyes, right? Right? Now when it comes to server, when you are asking for something, servers doesn't use those many languages like we human beings. They have got only one language. They communicate everything through numbers. They communicate everything through numbers. So let's say I have typed learnandthrive.com, and now a beautifully built web page is on learnandthrive.com. So it's going to bring the information to the browser, correct? So if it is active, functional, if it is alive, if it is accessible, the status code, the number that represents this existence is going to be 200. You want to see that? The number that's sent by server to your browser is 200. If it is sending 200, if it is there, then give it to me. So I'm asking you, do you have a iPhone charger? You are telling yes. What will be my response? Then give it to me, correct? Same way, if it says 200 response, the browser is asking, then give it to me, then show it to me. That's when it is showing this web page. So now, if you still want to understand what is the, it is called as HTTP status code. HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. HTTP is HTTP status code checker. Oh, sorry, it should be HTTP status code checker. And now if you're asking for something to server, and if it does not have, you know what is the number that it is going to use to tell I don't have that? It uses 404. And when you ask for something, so I'm asking you, give me 1 crore rupees. Instead of you telling whether you have or you don't have, you are telling, go to person X. That is redirection. And here it communicates it through a code called 300, 301. Okay, I'll show you all of those codes here. Maybe I'll put this https colon slash slash kanta.co and then https okay colon slash slash dot com slash. So now let's check the status. This is 200, this is 301, this is 404. Check status. See, server is going to respond to all of this requests. So if it is available, it shows 200 status code. If it is redirected, it shows 301 status code. If it is not available with it, it says 404. And if server is really busy, and I don't think we will be able to check that here. Yeah, it has already given error status code. Yeah, look at this. This is Candra.pro. It's getting redirected 301 to redirected to https colon slash slash learnerdrive.com, and that is learner drive status code is 200. This is visible available at 200, and I have typed the wrong information. I'm asking to give a file called Manju, which is not there on learner drive's website server, and it is showing 404, right? And now if the server is busy, server will just send 500 status code. Server doesn't tell you whether that file is there or not, whether that file is redirected or not. It simply says 500. Correct? Let us take this a simple example. I have come to your home and I am asking, is he at home? If you are at home, your parents will tell yes, he is available. He is available is the word used. And here it is going to be 200. If it is server's language, it's going to be 200 HTTP status code. Right? Now, I am coming to your home and asking, is he available at home? Your parents will say, no, he is not available. Not available is communicated through a status code here, 404. I am asking if he is at home. Instead of they telling whether you are at home or not, they are telling that my younger son is at home. Who asked for your younger son? I am asking, is he at our home or not? Not. Is he at home or not? Instead of telling whether he is at home or not, if he is at home, they'll tell yes, available. If he is not, not available. Same way server, if the file is available on the server, it shows status code 200. If it is not available, 404. If it is redirecting it to something else, it shows the status code of 301. Right? And now I have come to your home and I'm speaking to your parents and I'm asking, is he available at home? You must be sitting at home and they are not at all opening up their mouth, not speaking at all, not responding at all. This is 500 server error. Server is busy, server is not responding. They are watering the plants or speaking to someone else and they are not answering to me. I have come to your home and I am asking whether he is at home or not. They are not at all responding to me. I am standing for last 30 minutes. They are not at all responding to me. That is, if server does the same thing, if you are asking for something, I am asking for something here. Let's say learnandthrive.com. Learnandthrive.com. I am asking for something like this. Now it should go to the server. Server should send back the information if it is available. If it is not available, it should send not available. But it is not at all responding. You must have seen sometimes 500 server error pages also. I don't know how many of you have observed it. Okay. Let me put this URL as well here. Did you all get that? If server is not at all responding to your request, it's busy with something else already, it is 500. The file could be available or may not be available, or file would have got redirected. We don't know what is happening. Whether he is at home or not, we really don't know. He could be at home or may not be at the home. But server is not at all responding. And this is indicated by a status code 500. Is it clear, guys, everybody? If you are asking for something to server, If the file is available with the server, what is the status code? What kind of status code will convey that file is available?
200.
200. Okay. So if file is not available in the server, I'm typing your name kandradigital.com/Praveen. If such file doesn't exist on the server, what is the response by server? Correct.
For
404. Yes, 404. Right? I'm asking server kandradigital.com/ABC. If server is not responding, server is busy with something else, or maybe let's say kandradigital.com/SEO training. Let's assume that file exists. But if server is busy, what is the response code it is throwing to us? 500, correct. I'm asking for kandradigital.com/Praveen, but it is sending me to slash Gautam. What is the HTTP status code in this case? 301, correct. Correct. Right? Now, your XML sitemap should not have any other status codes except 200. You all got it? That is one of the guidelines. Your XML sitemap should not contain any URL that is 404, any URL that is showing 500 response, any URL that is redirecting to other URL. It should contain purely only 200 status code URLs. Did you all get that? You all understood, right? HTTP status codes.
Yes, sir.
So in auditing of the website, in understanding your website, what's happening with your website, why your website is not ranking at all, learning this HTTP status codes is important. See, you might find it difficult to grasp all of it for today, but eventually down the line, so next few weeks or months, you will find it quite interesting, quite informative, right? You feel that as the most needed knowledge, and you will be best of everybody in the pool if you are understanding all of this. Yeah. So coming back to our XML sitemap. Yeah. So XML sitemaps or XML files with details of all the valid web pages of your website, which indicates the priority, the content change frequency, and the last content modification information about those pages to the bots. The XML sitemap acts as the index page of the book, which basically helps bots with the information about all the valid web pages on the website considered to be considered by the bots for crawling and indexing. Your sitemap will be usually named as sitemap.xml, and it will be uploaded to your website, and hence it's going to be .com. After .com it will be slash sitemap.xml and will be sitting in the root directory of the server or website. Hence they can be usually accessed by typing sitemap.xml at the end of the domain name.com/sitemap.xml. So if you are building website on the WordPress, you will not see this, but there is a plugin called Yoast SEO. That SEO plugin will help you to, that SEO plugin will automatically launch a sitemap by itself. You don't have to do anything. Okay, I'll type that here. If you have, or maybe I'll write for WordPress websites too, you can create a .xml file and upload it to the root directory, or alternatively if you are or alternatively the SEO plugins will help you to, the SEO plugins by default create the XML sitemap. In this case, you don't have to do anything except enabling the SEO plugin, which has the power to create the sitemap. So here, for example, for example, Yoast SEO plugin not only will help you to update the meta tags for your website, but also creates a XML sitemap by default, and it can be accessed at after.com slash index underscore sitemap.xml. So on WordPress websites, it automatically creates a sitemap like this. Index. So it's sitemap underscore index. Right? This is index sitemap, and these are child sitemaps. Product sitemap, product sitemap, product sitemap. Let me go to this sitemap, and you will see so many URLs. Look at this, these sitemaps look different. You see this sitemap, and look at this sitemap, how it looks. Images and last modified. This sitemap have, this has all the product URLs. Your competitor can simply scrape all these URLs, and in the background, Praveen, you see that? In the
Yes, sir.
background, it's the same, just the appearance is being changed by using HTML of this XML sitemap. Did you get that?
Yes, sir.
But even this is written in the XML, and but then this is wrapped by HTML. Okay. See, now it could be difficult, but as we proceed and as we recall this, revise this, you will find it easy. And you will find it more easier when you start working on one of the websites. Right? Here are some guidelines as well how sitemaps are written. So there are different kinds of sitemaps, XML sitemaps, news sitemaps, image sitemaps, video sitemaps, text sitemap. Today we have discussed text sitemaps. Video sitemaps are also same. There is no difference. Just instead of URL, it comes video or image, something like that. So don'ts in the sitemap have only valid URLs. I have already told. Have only 200 status code. Do not have the destination, the redirection URL, and we have discussed this as well, the different status codes. If the file you have requested is available or exists on the server, 200 status code will be served. If the file requested is not available on the server, it's going to be 404. If a URL A is redirected to URL B, the status code will be either 301 or 302. 301 is permanent redirect and 302 is temporary redirect. We will discuss what is this permanent and temporary in the next class. Sometimes the server is busy and does not consider processing your request. 500 server error implies server is busy. 410 status code indicates bot that the page removed is intentional and you don't have to visit the URL again and again or attempt trying to access the file or server. So in some cases what happens is accidentally some pages gets deleted, some files get deleted. In those cases, the server response will be 404 for bots or for real user, correct? Now bot, if you had seen previously the page .com slash Manjunath 1 year back, and now it is not finding it, it thinks that accidentally that file Manjunath got deleted from the server and it keeps visiting the server again and again. Now we don't want bot to be coming again and again and getting disappointed with the error file. So what we do is we change the status code to 410. 410 tells to bot, boss, I know I have intentionally deleted that page. Do not attempt coming again and again with this error URL and waste your energy. Don't spend your energy just like that. Utilize that energy on better things. Utilize that energy on, I have got so many 200 valid pages, 200 status code pages. Spend your energy on 200 status code pages. Correct? So even see, it is using the language numbers. We will also use numbers and communicate to it. If you are speaking to me in Hindi, I will also speak to you in Hindi. Correct? If you're speaking to me in Telugu, I'll also speak to you in Telugu. Now this server is speaking to us in a language using the numbers. So we are also using numbers and communicating to the bots. Okay. So in the next class we will discuss this HTML sitemap, robots.txt, right? Many other things. Robots.txt itself is so much. Rel equal to no index, no follow. Template, SEO, optimized content. So template titles and descriptions we have discussed, it's the same. Heading tags, yeah. So after all that, we'll be starting with the technical SEO. Okay. So if anybody has any questions, please go ahead and ask. If not, we'll wind it up for today. No questions?
No, sir.
Yeah. So is it getting late for all of you if we go up to 9 o'clock, stretch up to 9 o'clock? How about your dinner you will all have after this class?
No problem. I will cook after this and then I have.
Oh, cooking itself will happen after this class.
Yeah. Sometimes if it's possible, then I'll cook while studying also, but that's not possible.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, Raika madam, you are speaking, I guess, no?
No problem, sir. You can extend it.
No, 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 I'm not extending this anyway. Even I have to go home. I'm just asking if there is any kind of inconvenience if we are going up to 8:55, 8 or 9 o'clock.
No, sir.
Regularly,
No,
not about
I
today's
think
particular
that's
day.
fine.
Okay,
That's fine.
okay. So Praveen and Marvin,
Even I
Deepak,
don't have any issues.
no one has any issues,
Sorry?
right?
So,
No, sir.
Huh? Sorry, Praveen?
No, sir, we don't have any issues, sir. We also have to cook.
Oh, okay. Okay. It will be too late, right? Cook now and eat 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Okay. Fine, guys. So we'll continue tomorrow again. See, I just want to know if
Okay,
this
sir.
is becoming a boring session if you're not understanding. It shouldn't turn out to
No,
be like
sir.
that.
The main thing is, even though some things we don't understand, like, it will be like, it's not boring. It's not at all a boring section, but some, yes, as you said, it's for me, it's little going beyond my thoughts.
Technical bit, never heard of this for the first time you're hearing them.
Yes,
So,
sir.
so yeah, yeah, it becomes easier when you are into it. I mean, when you start practicing it or implementing it, it
True,
becomes
sir. True.
easier
Very
to
true.
understand. I don't know about Sneha, how she's feeling.
Same like today's class was also it was I was able to understand, but few places I was not
But you
able to
don't know the
connect.
purpose, or yeah, you're not able to connect. See, when you know the
Yeah.
end goal, coming backward is always easier. So, solution when we speak about the problem, so I'll try to put it in that way. So just going with this, it becomes difficult. We'll see. So Praveen, he will be able to understand because he is already working in the domain. Right, Praveen?
Yes, sir.
Marvin, how about you, Deepak and Marvin?
so the class is quite interesting, sir, but somewhere I'm not able to catch up, sir, a little bit things. But I'm able to understand, but somewhere a little bit things
But
I'm
you
not
don't
able to
know.
catch.
See, now when you don't understand, you will not
Yes,
remember. See, I'll give this example 1 to 9, 6 to 3, 7, 1. See, there is no purpose of you remembering this number. The moment I
yes,
tell, if you could remember that number and if you go and type this, you will get 1 crore rupee to your bank account.
yes,
See,
sir.
now the chances of you remembering is very high. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, that is what is happening with our learning. So, you all are listening, like how you listen to this number 129675432 1. 2, 9, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1. 2, 9, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1. 2, 9, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1. 2, 9, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1. 2, 9, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1. 2, 9, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1. 2, 9, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1. 2, 9, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1. 2, 9, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1. 2, 9, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1. 2, 9, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1. 2, 9, 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1. 2, 9, You don't know. You there is no purpose of remembering it. Correct. But the
Yes, sir.
moment if you could repeat it, you are going to get 1 crore instantaneously to your bank account. You will start paying more attention to it, or regardless of that, psychologically your brain says remember it and it remembers.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Okay, so we have to, we all should create that kind of situation now. Even I am thinking, what should I be doing?
Sir, I'm understanding like what you're teaching. No, sir, I'm understanding it completely. But
Yeah, that's
I
what. There is
need
no
to
purpose
implement
of
it. But
remembering it. There is
yeah,
no
sir,
purpose
like
of remembering it. So what we have to do is, so for this, we'll do different things. One thing is conducting the tests, or second thing is other alternative is allowing you all to read and implement it on one of the projects. Explore it.
Second one
yeah,
is
second
good.
is
Second
good
one
at
will be
yeah,
better.
second one is good at.
And when I started my own website, it's like very easy.
Yes, yes.
Only
That's
when I
why.
started implementing, and it's damn interesting, and the time it goes, I just can't, it's very interesting. That's all I can tell you at the end. All these things, as you said, it has to be implemented. So,
Yeah. So see, what's happening is currently even I am not giving time for you to uh, brush up, read, or watch the classes twice or once at least, or go through the document. So there is no such bandwidth for anyone like continuously everyday class. Should we stop doing that way and make it alternate day? The other day will be discussing question and answers, just discussion, and make it more engaging kind of thing instead of just going by the topic syllabus. Or you will be sparing some time reading it the same 1 hour or 1.5 hour the next day. It's because most of your working professionals are busy with your regular routine, and at the end of the course again you shouldn't feel okay I haven't learned anything. Correct.
sir, until unless we don't implement all these things, and if you're not practically working, it really doesn't make any sense.
No, madam, you have got your business and you are implementing it. How about, see, Praveen also has got projects. He's working at an agency. How about
Yes.
Marvin, Sneha, Deepak, Girish, Priya, Tof, Tofi, right? And again, morning batch. Any suggestions from anybody?
Where
What
is Gautam? Gautam left.
Gautam left. He
By
seems
now, you would have said so many things.
he got disappointed of
Then
missing
he
the
missed
previous
four
four
classes.
classes, and looks like he did not feel like to be part of today's class.